Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy. Today we'll see as a part of income tax, agricultural income. One of the important topic, you must have good understanding what is agricultural income and what are the features of the agricultural income, when do we consider it as agricultural income, what types of agricultural incomes are there. So all these things in detail we are going to discuss in one video only. So stay connected, don't miss the topic till the end of this video. Now what is agricultural income? Income which is received from the agricultural activities. Through agriculture, whatever income we receive, that we say it as a agriculture income. So agricultural income is totally fully exempted. There is no tax. Income taxes department is not going to levy any tax on this agricultural income, because income tax department, as per the Income Tax Act 1961, it has mentioned that agricultural income comes under the particular state. So they are not going to involve no tax on this agricultural income. But you must know few conditions. When do we consider it as agricultural income? That all these things you must have an idea. So simply remember that section 10 subsection 1. Section 10 subsection 1 says of the Income Tax Act 1961 says that agricultural income is fully exempted because it comes in state income. So they won't be levying any kind of tax. This you remember. But if you want to consider it as agricultural income, if you want to take considerations as an agricultural income, 3 conditions has to be satisfied. 3 conditions to consider it as an agricultural income. This is as per the section 2 section 1 subsection 1. Okay, section 2 subsection 1 says that if you satisfy 3 conditions, then it will be agricultural income. What are the 3 conditions? First one is that income derived from the land. Income which is derived from the land. I got income from the land, but at the same time land should be in India. Income must be from the land, that land should be in India, not out of India, and last, land must have been used for agricultural purpose only. These 3 conditions should be satisfied. Land should be used for agricultural purpose and it must be in India, and also the income should be derived from the land only, not from anything else. If we satisfy these 3 conditions, then it is considered as a agricultural income. It is totally exempted from the income tax department. Now we will see here what are the features or characteristics of this agricultural income. The main characteristics are only 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 points you have to remember. First thing is that land must be situated within the boundaries of India. This already we got it. In conditions only we have learned. Whatever land is there related to the agriculture, that land must be within the boundaries of the country. If it is crossing the boundaries of our country, then it will be considered as other countries land. So it will be considered under that country income, but not in our country. So it must be within the boundaries of India. First feature. Second feature is that income directly derived from land, which is directly derived from the land. Directly derived from the land means generally you can take that rent received from the tenant. I got a rent from the tenant, means I gave land for lease, land for rent purpose, but from that land I am receiving rent or lease through a lease or sublease. You know that? Lease, giving it for lease, and that person is giving for another person for lease, then that will be sublease. For example, say I am here A, I gave this land to B for lease, and B is giving this land to C, that is sublease. Are you getting it? Sublease. So anyway, both, whether rent is receiving or lease or sublease, any income is received, that is direct direct derived from the land, and also sale from agricultural produce. From agriculture we have produced some kind of products that we are selling it. When you sell it, that is also agricultural income. And cash or kind received from agricultural land. From agricultural land, when we receive cash or any kind, means any kind of products, it can be rice, paddies, anything, okay. So that kind, anything which all these things we say it as a directly derived from the land, and which is not related to the land, then that will be indirect. Suppose, say for example, we have a factory, we have a big factory, and that is we are doing this factory activities, and company we have established. Through the company we are issuing shares, and all these things will be indirect. Related to the agriculture, we have established a company, we have appointed a manager, and we are doing all kind of company activities, issuing shares, debentures, and board of directors meetings, all company activities, then that will be indirect income. So this is direct income, directly derived from the land, means only these cases: rent received from the tenant, or lease or sublease amount, and sale of agricultural products, and cash or kind received from the agricultural land. Okay, this is directly derived from the land. Third thing is that land should be used only for agricultural operations. Land should be used only for agricultural operations, agricultural activities. What kind of activities will be there? Agricultural activities generally ploughing the land, sowing the seeds, harvesting, irrigation, plantation, and weeding, seeding, and watering, plantation, cultivation, spraying the pesticides. These are the general activities, na? So these activities, land should be used only for agricultural purpose. Say we have a land, apart from these activities, I am doing something else like manufacturing. With that land, I have established a shed and manufacturing of machinery, parts of the computer parts, or some other activities I am doing. That won't be considered as a agricultural operation. That land is for this kind of agricultural activities only. These are the three characteristics. Able to remember? First thing is that it must be in the boundaries of India. You know it. Second thing was directly derived from the land, like as I have mentioned. Third thing is that land should be used only for agricultural operations, this kind of operations only, not for anything else. These are the main characteristics or features of the agricultural income. Now we will see the types of agricultural income. Total 6 types are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 types of agricultural income. So first thing is that rent from agricultural land, that we have discussed just now. We are receiving rent from the agricultural land, that is one kind of income. We are discussing about types of agricultural income. So this is first case, rent from agricultural land, or otherwise you can say lease, sublease from the agricultural land. So this is one kind of income. Second thing is that income from agricultural process. We have done some kind of process like jawar, paddies, even turmeric. So that raw material is different. Once if you go for the manufacturing, once if you go for the processing and all these things, then that will be another form it will taking. But anyway, income from any agriculture through process, we got another product that we are selling, that is also agriculture income. This is second type of agriculture income, income from agricultural process. Third type of agriculture income is here, income from cultivation. Through cultivation, whatever income we get, everything is agriculture income only. And fourth one is that income from sapling or seeding. Sapling or seeding is nothing but the directly related to the agriculture only. So this is also we consider it as agriculture income. This is another type of income. And fourth one is the sale of produce. All these points we have already discussed, but only the thing is we are saying it as types of agriculture income. Sale of produce means I'm selling these products, agriculture products. When I'm selling it, it is also one kind of agricultural income. Through agriculture, I got some products like cane, or otherwise jowar, rice, wheat, or otherwise some vegetables, fruits. All these things are products only. Okay. So sale of produce means through this whatever I have produced, when I am getting income, that is another type of agriculture income. And last one is that income from houses used for agriculture purpose. Income from houses used for agriculture income. Please remember this point very carefully. If I am using any house only for agricultural purpose, like storage and keeping the material, seeds, or any such kind of activities, if I am having house, so that is another type of income. Income from houses used for agriculture purpose. But here one small important condition you have to remember. So this house should not be in urban areas. It should be only in rural areas. It should not be in municipality areas, urban areas, cities. It must be away from those places, rural areas, totally agricultural areas. If you have a house, so that is using for agriculture purpose only, then that is also another kind of agricultural income. And there are some conditions also mentioned from municipality office, municipal area, 2 kilometers away from that place. If you have a house which is using for the agricultural purpose, so that would be considered as income from agricultural area. So like there are some conditions also. Anyway, right now you remember that these are the types of agriculture income. Take a screenshot, then I'll give you a recap. So today agriculture income, part of agriculture income, we have learned that as per the Income Tax Act 1961 section 10 subsection 1, agricultural income is totally exempted because it comes under the state income. And here 3 conditions, if you are able to satisfy, then that is agriculture income. We have discussed about 3 features, only 3 features. The first one is this, it must be in boundaries, and second one is directly derived, and also it must be used for the agricultural operations. Then there is no power. Anyway, topic I have completed. So hope you understood what is agricultural income. Please do refer this same topic from any textbook, so it will be easy for you to remember. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to share these videos. Please check out the playlist for more videos. Stay connected and practice well. Have a wonderful career. Good luck.